Going live once. It says this hangout is on the air. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another exciting edition of Digging for Gold. And we're going to get out our shovels and our picks and our hammers and our whatever's, and we're going to go digging. Hey, before we go digging very far here, I have a confession to make, an admission, and et cetera. And then some of you may have seen an advertisement that said Linda Bamba was doing the Craigslist training tonight at 5 o'clock. And in fact, early this morning, I put up links and redirected people to the Craigslist training, and also at Lunch with Linda Day, redirected people. And I came to find out that I screwed up. Linda is doing a webinar at 5 o'clock, but it's not the one I thought it was. So I think half of our normal participants are probably over at Linda Bomba's webinar right now, and maybe they'll be coming back over here. Maybe they won't. I don't know. So that leaves us with a bit of a question as to exactly what all we should do tonight, and et cetera. But having said that, for those folks, and of course I've got Laura over here, and Laura's going to talk a little bit about some of the progress she's made this week. We're going to chat about some of these things. But before I do that, I see Craig's out there. Craig, good evening, Craig. Good to see you, buddy. How are you doing? And Cynthia and Marta, good evening, folks. So first question I have is, have any of you tried any of the strategies we've talked about? And if you've tried them but haven't made any progress, or haven't gotten the lead, or haven't talked to anybody, that's okay. It's okay to report no progress. So question is, has anybody tried any of the stuff at this point? And do you have anything at all to report, even if the answer is I tried it and it didn't work? So thanks, Len, doing great. Oh, okay, Craig, good. Hey, you know, Craig, you and I, we gotta talk. We need to have a chat here one of these days, real soon. Maybe tomorrow. I'm pretty open tomorrow, Craig. Can we chat tomorrow? And I mean, we'll actually turn on the camera and look at each other. Scary thought, huh? So while I'm waiting for you folks in the chat, I'll tell you what I'd like you to do. Tell me in the chat, no, I haven't done anything at all, or yes, I've tried, but I haven't gotten any results, or yes, I tried and I got a little result. Anything. Tell me where you're at. This training is great, but I haven't tried it yet. Where's your head at? And while we're doing that, let me come on over to Laura, and let's see what Laura has to say tonight. Laura, you're on.
Okay, hello everybody. How are you? Happy Tuesday. Actually, Len, I am still using the strategy of going in and going to different pages like Tony Robbins, commenting, and I'm starting to get more friend requests, and I look at the friend requests, and I'm just at the point where I'm trying to figure out what to do with them. And, you know, I came across somebody yesterday who was asking me about following. You know, I have a follow button on my Facebook page. Mm-hmm. Not everybody has a follow button. And that kind of surprised me. And the reason, so this one lady that asked me why I had a follow button, I told her why. It's because I don't want every single friend request to be a friend if I don't want them to be. So I'm kind of choosy. Well, I am choosy about the friends that I let onto my page as my actual friend, because I set, you know, I set that up so that I share my family information in videos and, you know, things that we do and stuff like that with them. So that's why I think the friend, having a follower on your page is pretty good. But I am still using the strategies, and I am admitting to you guys that I didn't really do a whole lot of follow-up this week. And like you said, it is what it is. I have to be better at that. And I'm actually retweaking my schedule in a different way. So that's what I needed to do, and that's what I'm doing. So this week will be better, and I'm sure that I'll have a better, more strategies, I'll use the same strategies because they're working. I just need to follow up better. But I did get somebody to buy some products, and that was actually a strategy that wasn't even on Facebook. It was just from talking to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
So that worked out really well. And I shared my story with them, and now somebody very, very wise taught me this. And I have to tell you what it is, because it's a strategy that I've never learned before, and I have to share it with you. So if you're talking to somebody, here's the strategy. Get a piece of paper, write it down if you have to. The strategy is this. When somebody talks to you about the business, shut up, shut up, shut up. And that's the strategy. And when I started doing that, I started listening, and all of a sudden, everything was about them. And then it turned into, how can I help that person? Is there a way that I can help them by suggesting different things? And guess what? Yes, that's what happened. So that was the person that I signed up, not signed up, but signed up for products. And so I didn't follow up with the Facebook strategy, but I'm tweaking the way and learning my way through just talking to people strategy. So that's working out.
You know, this is an amazing thing. You really know that if you listen to somebody, if you don't say listen to them, that person right, with the impression that you were a great conversation.
Right.
It's actually amazing. The psychology, they just really enjoyed talking to you, and you were a great conversationalist, and they think you learned a lot from them. Yeah, well, Larry, yeah, gee, it is so, Junie, hi, Junie. It's so, what's the word I'm looking for? Just nice, good to know when we implement one of these strategies that we talk about. We try it, and it actually works. Now, should we look at friend requests and maybe do a few and see where that takes us tonight? So I'm going to admit to the group here, like I already said, 2 or 3 of you weren't on here. Like I already said, I was sending people over to what I thought was the Craigslist webinar tonight with Linda Bomba that we've all been talking about. And it turns out the Craigslist webinar is Thursday night, not tonight. Linda is having a webinar tonight, but it's not the webinar I thought it was. So some of our people were over listening to Linda. So anyhow, that's the way it is. So Laura, did you go away?
Oh, I'm here. I just had to go away for a second.
Okay. So Cynthia, what if they ask about the business? If they ask about the business, the textbook answer for you right now is, let me send you a link to a video that will explain that to you much better than I can. Period. Now, let's talk about strategy. And this strategy, by the way, if you go back to the sort of the king of MLM, Eric Worre, and Go Pro, I probably got this strategy from Eric Worre. I've heard it from many, many people over the years, but probably the original was Eric. And Eric's words are, if your mouth is moving, if your lips are moving, your finger should be pointing. Write that down. If your lips are moving, your finger should be pointing. 2, a company-supplied piece of collateral. So in this case, the example, because we're using the Toxic Talk videos as a lead into the entire funnel, at least that's one of the ways we're doing it. In this case, the the translation of that goes into, hey, let me send you a link to a couple videos. It'll do a whole lot better job of explaining it than I can. You know, I'm pretty new to this business. I don't know really very much about it. I would, whatever you want to say, take the pressure off you as the person who's got to deliver the information. You're just the messenger. You're the courier. You deliver the video. And if the person says, what is the video about? Yes, Larry. And if the person says, what is the video about? What do you say, Laura? You're muted.
Sorry about that.
That was a perfect response.
You're right, it was. Yes, just that you can send them the link if they're still interested. That's the best way they'll get the best information.
Yeah. Yeah, so if they ask you, can you just tell me what it's about? The answer is no, I can't. I mean, what it's about is in the video. It's and they do, it's professionally done. They do a far better job than I can. Let me send you the video. And you say, well, what if they keep pressuring me? What's it about? Just resist the pressure. You know what? If they don't have 10 minutes to watch a 10-minute video, you explaining what it's about is not going to solve the problem or help them. It just isn't. And
you know, and so I just need to say something else is, so in the beginning, you know, I've had several people who have asked me, and I didn't know the strategy, and every single one of them people, after I told them, they weren't interested in the video.
Right.
So you really do, it's really important that that's what you do, is you point them to the video and you do not give them any information. So
what is the strategy? The strategy that, and we talked about this earlier in the week, and I may be catching you off guard right now. And if I am, I apologize. I know, but there's a strategy that Doug Fireball teaches. It's pique their interest. What were the 3 steps? It's pique their interest,
share,
and
then invite.
Yeah. So pique their interest is if you're talking to them and they come and they say, well, you know, what's it about? I think that's piquing their interest. That's getting them to want to learn more about it, right?
Right.
Sharing is sending them the link to the video. And then after they've watched the video, and here's the critical part, of course, if you've shared the video, if you've sent them a link, then after they've watched the video, and you need to follow up with them, of course, you got to go back to them. It's like giving a haircut over the phone, just doesn't work as well. Yeah, Craig. So then after you've shared the video, you know, the critical next step is to go back to them and invite them to learn more. And the traditional question, what we've learned over the years, the very best question is, what did you like best about the video? Now, notice that question is not, what did you think? What did you think is the wrong question? Because what do you think triggers the brain into a negative response? Well, I think it's all a bunch of hokey pokey malarkey, you know. Oh, I think I'm doing just fine. Hey, I'm not sick. I don't, you know. So you ask them what they liked about the video. And that gets them into a what you liked sort of pattern. And then the next question is, would you like to learn more? Can I invite you to attend a webinar? We have one tonight at 6 o'clock. Would you be available to attend? Or what are you doing in 40 minutes? We have a 10-minute phone call that you might be interested in. And I jump on the call with you. Do you have time to jump on a call with me? So, of course, we're talking very specifically about Asante right now. And I think, I don't know if everybody here on the webinar tonight is in Asante. I've never intended this to be a 100% Asante webinar, but, you know, that's the way it is right now. So does that answer questions? Is there any, and okay, and I saw your question, or I saw your comment, Cynthia. You had a comment that you've only come to a couple of the trainings. Wasn't that you earlier? Here, let me get back up into the comment list. Teachers learn to listen, not talk. What if they ask about, yeah? Uh, I can't get back to that earlier comment, but I think there was an earlier comment that you've only been to a couple of the trainings. Okay.
I felt, you see, telling you that strategy about the shut up, shut up, shut up, I felt bad because Larry says, yeah, I remember Laura telling me to shut up. Wasn't specific to anybody. It was just the strategy.
If your lips are moving, your fingers should be pointing to a piece of company supplied collection. That's
Yep.
simple. Memorize that, write it down, post it on your computer, your phone, or whatever. All righty.
Yep.
All righty. Now, should we play around with friend requests? I've got tons of friend requests we can look at and just sort of philosophize about what to do with them.
Yeah, so
Or-
Marta says, so
Or
all
do
the time you did not friend the person. No, so this is a question. Okay, so if you're talking about me, I haven't friend requested anybody in at least the last 2 months. I have not done any friend requests. They have requested to be friends with me.
Yeah. Well, how we're pointing, Marta, is to tell them tell them you want to send them a link to a video to watch.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Um, if they ask about, if you're talking to them about the business, you have a video you'd like to share with them. The videos are well done, they're professional, and they cover all of the essential points, which is impossible for you to do, any one of us to do, not you personally, but impossible for you to do in a conversation, in a brief conversation, unless you've got the entire script of the video in front of you and you're going to read it. Pique their interest. What's the others? Junie, yeah, there you go. So I can screen share and we can look at some friend requests and a couple other things tonight, or you can screen share and we can look at some of your friend requests. What do you want to do?
Let me take a look and see.
And again, I'm going to admit to everybody here so that you know, I didn't think we were doing this webinar tonight. I thought we were all going to be on Linda Bomba's Craigslist training, so I didn't actually go back through last week and prepare the way I normally do. So we're winging it here.
I mean, that's okay. We can go. I can screen share.
Okay.
And we can go. I think I have like 10 of them right now, and we can go through and I don't know if they're repeats or, but yeah, I can do that.
So Marta says she gets a Sante friend request. Do you mean friend requests from people that are already in the Sante? And if that's what you mean, then probably no reason not to just accept those. I mean, you want to be friends with people that are in the same company. I mean, would you agree with that? Yeah. We're talking about strangers. So
Prospecting.
I'll tell you. Yeah. So I'll tell you what. Why don't we, either you or me, and I don't care which one, let's go out to Tony Robbins. Let's demo a couple. Starting a conversation with a couple people, and then we'll come back to let's pretend that person sent a friend request, and we'll go back to look at evaluating friend requests.
Okay, can you see my screen okay?
I can see your screen. I'm going to white box you so that we see your screen. So one of our favorite strategies, and one of Laura's favorite strategies, is to go look at the Tony Robbins page. And as we've discussed in previous weeks, there are many pages we can look at. But Tony Robbins is basically a gold mine.
Oh, whoops. Here we go. Okay. I hope my screen's big enough.
Well, if you could make it bigger, that would help.
Okay.
But if you can't, you know, that's probably good.
Okay. I don't know why my chat's up. Can you see that?
Yeah, I can. I thought it was
How's that?
mine, but it's mine.
There it goes. Okay. So, get this up. All right. So here we are. This is the very first message that I see. This was posted 7 hours ago. Are these hidden fees ruining your retirement? Okay. That's not something that he posted. Okay, he had a mastery class. That's a wrap from Business Mastery 2016. And it looks like this was yesterday.
And there'll be 5,000. There'll be, look at that, 4,000 people.
Yep. Ooh, in Merglin. Okay, he's one of my friends. So I click on, I should have shown that. So I click right here where it says top comments. And I head over and I click right on the number of the people that commented. And what I remember about the picture, it was an emotional picture. And so the strategy that I use is I look at the hearts. And then I kind of go down and I look to see if there's anybody that I can follow.
You passed one person there that had a follow.
Yeah, you're right. I passed her up.
You didn't like the picture?
I didn't like the picture. And not that it was a bad picture. It just
Yeah.
didn't pique my interest.
Okay.
So I'm moving on.
This is a woman's perspective. That's
This
okay.
this is a woman's perspective.
That's okay. We
Let's
can all
see.
learn something.
How come I can't see? Okay, here we go. No.
That's a familiar name.
Diana Hussey?
Yeah.
Yeah, she is. She doesn't have a follow button.
Yeah.
Hernandez. My screen's so big, I have to keep scrolling.
Well, you know what? Make it smaller
Okay.
while you're doing that. Okay.
That's okay. I want to make sure you guys can see it. Okay, so he's over here. Go away. There it goes. Okay, so this person, networked connect flow. Okay, so he was on 4 hours ago. He knows how to blog because he looks like he posted this 10 hours. Join our free 9-month leadership program. I'm gonna follow him. He lives in United Kingdom. He's only got 3 people following him. Sounds like he's fairly new with the follow feature. He owns Martin Works. Okay, I'll follow him. And because I followed him, I'm going to look at this, learning to go with my heart more every day and to actively and logically act on impulse. Good story. So I'm going to like it. I don't know if it's going to let me comment. Nope. No comments, just likes. That's it. And then I just continue and kind of look at, no.
Now, while Laura's scrolling down there, does everybody, Cynthia and Marta in particular, do you understand what she's looking for here? That she's looking for the follow button and where to find it. So again, the message here is we don't want to send friend requests to these people. Why is that? Why don't we want to send friend requests? Do you want to answer that question, make sure everybody understands, Laura, or do you want me to? Cynthia, why are we looking for people with follow buttons? Okay. Laura, you want to take that, or you want me to talk while you're scrolling?
Oh, here's one. I can talk. I mean, the reason that I don't friend request anybody is because I like to look at their profiles first.
Right.
And if I'm interested in them, I'd like to make sure, now I'm looking for leaders. I'm looking for leaders who are going to take my team to the next level. And I don't want to friend request just everybody because I first want to look at them. And a way for them to know that I'm looking at them is in social media. If you're looking at their page and you comment on something, if they're doing the same strategies that we're doing, they're going to see we commented and they're going to check us out. And if they like us, then they'll friend request us. And then when they friend request us, we can say to them, you know, what was the intro, you know, what inspired you to request to be my friend? And then start having a relationship with them.
Yeah. Well, now the other piece of that is, this is what we call a cold market. We don't know, and Laura's doing this, so let me make this say Laura and not we. Laura, who's doing this right now, doesn't know this person, and this person doesn't know Laura. They've never met or heard of each other before. So this is what we call it's a cold market. There's a very good chance if Laura were to send a friend request that this person wouldn't accept it. And that is a strike in Facebook. If you get too many friend requests out there that are unanswered, Facebook considers that to be a negative thing. You're supposed to be friends with people that you're friends with, not with cold market people. So what we're trying to do, what the strategy here is to bring them to you. It's called attraction marketing. It's attract them to you. So you find somebody that you're potentially interested in. You comment on a couple of their posts or like their posts. They get a message that Laura liked their post. You follow them. They get a message. Laura followed me. If they're doing the marketing strategies, if they're using Facebook for marketing and are familiar with the strategies, that's going to prompt them to come back and look at Laura and see if they want to get to know her better. They may follow her back. They may send her a friend request. It's at that point that she can decide what to do with the friend request. Does that all make sense, Marta and Cynthia? So the follow button is sort of an innocuous way, Cynthia, to get somebody's attention before you go to, you know, it's like walking up to somebody at a cocktail party. You don't walk up to them and say, hey, let's go, let's, I don't know what you don't walk up and say, but you know, you walk up and you say hi. Okay.
Okay. See, she's already checking me out because she already replied to the comment that I just made.
Cool. There you go. You see?
And she replied to the other comment that I made about her video. So she's already checking me out right now. And pretty quickly, she's going to go onto my page. She's going to check me out. And then if she likes me, she's going to send me a friend request. So we'll see if she does that. Because not
or she may just, she could follow you back.
Yep.
Not everyone's going to send a friend request for the same reason.
Right.
Now, I've gone back and forth in dances with people where we'd have several different conversations before we decided a friend request was appropriate, and it may not be in some cases appropriate. And once again, remember also, there's a limit on Facebook friends. Now, I know most people on this webinar tonight can't imagine ever getting up to 5,000 friends on Facebook, but let's plan to be big and plan for the future. You want to be sure the people that are your friends are legitimately people that you might want to go travel with or do business with or go sit on a beach in Brazil with. Because you don't want to have to unfriend people.
I like this guy.
Well, cool.
KB Zen. Yeah, he's talking about saving the bees. When I look at the first post, actually it was the second, he was talking about vaccinations and pharmaceutical companies doing it to protect their profits. So I can't comment, but I'm going to like them. I liked a couple of them. And then I'm going to follow this guy. And then I'll do one more. This is Carrie Cox. Oh, that's a really cool thing she did on her picture. Look at that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I wonder how you do that. She's an owner at the beauty shop.
I help people look good, feel good, have fun, and make money.
So, Marta, I don't understand that question. Will you accept it? Is that, you mean, will we accept the friend request? Because you see, again, that's going to depend. And then maybe we should do one more here, and then let's go over and look at friend requests, either yours or mine, doesn't matter, and talk about some criteria for what to do with a friend request. And I see your comment, Larry. That's a good thing. What do you mean you have a follow-up tomorrow using the strategy? Can you be more specific, Larry, or want me to bring you out in a few minutes and tell us what you're doing? Do they stop talking to you if you don't? Well, it depends, Marta. It depends. This is a sorting game. Not everybody likes you. Not everyone's going to come or are going to be part of your team. You're just looking for the ones that are. So.
Yeah, I'm not. She has hers set up that you can't comment unless you're friends.
Okay.
But.
Well, she doesn't fall into the criteria of what we're looking for then.
No.
I mean, at least to that level, you can still follow her. I mean, there's no harm in following somebody and seeing what happens. I mean, the follow button is pretty innocuous, and they do get a message that you followed them. So, how many have you done? 4 or 5?
This will be my 5th one, I think. Yeah.
Robin's Research, results coach at Robin's Research. That's interesting.
Yeah. And what a beautiful picture. Oh, 2011. 2014. I'm not following this guy. He hasn't been on since 2014.
Yeah, he's not real active.
Okay. All right, I'm going to bring this.
Basically, Marta, you don't see anything unless they respond back to you. Then,
okay, look. So Amy, sorry, Len, Amy Kinsley, when I just went and commented on her stuff, she's following me now.
Yeah. So where do you see that? Show Marta. Explain that to Marta. How do you know that?
Well, it already went away, but it pops up when you have notifications that come in while you're online. Mine happened to pop up in the left-hand corner down here. So if I'm online and somebody responds to a comment, see it is right here? See it? So now she's going through my pages. See that? And she's liking my stuff. She's seeing what I've posted. And it's right down here. So she likes my photo. She likes this photo. And now she's commenting on my stuff.
Okay, but now you realize, go over on the blue bar at the top. There's the messenger, that's friends. Go to the next one, messenger. Go to the next one. Her things should be the first ones up there on that. See, yep. There they are.
Yes. So now I know that she's looking at my stuff.
Just stop moving for just a moment, please, please, please. It said that she followed you. One of the maybe it should probably be the bottom one.
Right here.
Amy Kinsey and Robert Dorsey followed you.
Yep.
So there's your answer, Marta. You get a notification. You get in the notifications. You get notified, like so. Laura's been over there to Amy's page, done a bunch of things. Now Amy followed her back. She's liking her photos. She's checking out Laura's page. So, so they're checking each other out now. Okay. So, are you there, Laura?
I'm here.
Okay. It just went quiet. So. Yep. So what I would do at this point, the important thing at this point is now to respond. So one of the strategies we've been teaching every week for the last 8 weeks is anytime somebody likes or comments on one of your posts, pictures, or anything, you always go back to them. So if you look at that list, Amy's commenting. There you go. Amy's commenting. Okay, so now Laura's going to comment back, and so we're going to get a dialogue going between these two. And at some point, they'll have to decide whether they actually want to be friends or not. But all we're doing right now is starting a conversation. And see, you take that Amy comment on your video in the bottom left corner. If you right-click that, you can open that in a new tab, and so that way you don't lose your place. Did it open in a new tab?
Yep, right here.
It should. Yeah. So she just commented on your video. So there's your comment. Oh, your kids are cute. Look at that. She's really reaching out and being friendly. Of course you're not. Yes, you're not seeing me. Correct. That's correct, Junie. I have Laura Whitebox right now, so you're only seeing Laura. Otherwise, every time I opened my mouth, you would lose Laura's picture and just see me, and that's not what we want right now. We want you to be able to see the screen. That's what. Oh, only seeing her avatar. Craig, you're only seeing Laura's avatar. Is everybody else seeing Laura's Facebook? I don't know what to say about that, Craig. Let's see. Help me out. Everybody else. Pardon me?
Can they see it now?
Well, let me go. I just unwhiteboxed you. They said they see you in a circle. That would be no screen share.
Okay, let me.
Now, have you not seen the screen share from the very beginning of us starting to screen share? you see me? Yes.
I stopped my screen share.
Right. You're not.
Okay.
Now you should see Laura. Okay. Marta says she saw the screen share. Cynthia says she just sees your picture. That's pretty bizarre. Oh, it was good. It went away. Okay. Okay. Is it back? Are you seeing Laura now, Craig?
I wonder if it has anything to do with those the new Hangout.
Okay, they see you now. Jesus, yeah, I wonder if going up and viewing the comments, the notifications, had some impact on how the system was responding. Cynthia says she doesn't see your live feed. Judy says she sees you now. Can you see the chat?
I can see the chat now.
Okay, so I don't have to read it to you.
Junie says, I can see, we see you now, Laura. Okay, Junie and Cynthia.
Okay.
Try screen share again. Okay. Let me try it again.
Okay. What
I wonder.
Just so you know, I have white boxed you so that every time I open my mouth, you wouldn't disappear. So.
Okay.
My other.
Let's see if they can see me. Can you see my screen now?
I see your screen.
Okay, ask them if they can.
Yeah. Folks, can you see her screen now? Larry says Laura is smiling, but Larry, you should be able to see her screen now, her Facebook page. Cynthia, does that mean you see Laura or you see her Facebook page? You should be seeing the page. Marta said, okay, Judy and Marta see your screen. Cynthia says she sees Laura. I'm going to assume that means your screen. Marta says you're very small. We can see Laura's screen, Larry says. Craig says yes, see your screen. Larry says yes. Okay, I think we're seeing your screen.
Okay, I'll make it a little bit bigger.
Okay.
Whoops. Okay, so we're back here. So I've already went through, there's a couple of comments that she replied already, and I'm just going through them. She likes a lot of them. She likes. There's another comment. Did I catch that one?
Yeah, right there at the top. Oh, yeah, your kids.
Okay, so I'm going to like it.
Yeah.
And then here's the next one. I just told her that I liked her profile picture.
Yeah.
And
okay.
Okay. Yep, so looks like she's done looking at the stuff that she wants to look at for now.
Right.
Oh, nope, there's another one. Is there another one? Nope.
So we've only got 10 minutes left, so let's maybe transition over to how to handle friend requests.
Okay.
There's several questions coming in, and you know, and to be honest with you, I forget. Let me back up a little bit. When we got all tangled up with, we couldn't see you for a moment there, so I lost track of the questions. All right, but we answered the question, how do you know somebody followed you? It's in the notifications. How do you know that they commented on your videos and stuff. Now remember, we want to go back if somebody comments or likes or does anything like Laura's just done. We want to go back and comment and like and etc. Now at some point with someone who's been as active as Amy is, I don't know about you, Laura. I'm going to tell you what I would do, and then you can maybe share what you would do. I would at some point here, I'd go Messenger and take it off the public pages and go to Messenger. Hey, I see we're liking each other's stuff. What do you do? I'd like to learn more about you. I'd like to, I don't know. So what would you do?
Well, she's a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah, yeah.
What do I want to ask her?
I don't know. Probably go back to her. Is that her page there?
Yes.
What does she do? We'll probably go back to, I don't know. Okay. Love your profile video. Yeah, that's fine. Well, she's a member of a fitness group. That's interesting.
Let's see. I just learned this too. Way to ask. Let's see.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, there's no right or wrong way to do this.
Okay.
You're having a conversation with somebody at a cocktail party. You just met them. You walked up to them and you said, "Hi, my name's Len. That's a nice tie you've got on. You look really sharp tonight. Do you live around here?" You're just opening a conversation with them. Be natural. Let it flow. Don't be weird. Don't go with the intent of getting them. Just go with the intent of making a friend. The way Amy responded back to Laura, they could become the best buddies on the planet. We don't know yet. She's just making a friend. Right, Laura?
Correct.
Yeah, that's all. We're not doing business. We're not trying to get her. We're trying to make a friend.
So I'm wondering if I know many people might know this, but I'm not sure if everybody knows this. When you're looking at the blue strip right here on your profile, I'm sorry, on your timeline, over to these are the three things that you want to watch. One is the friend requests, one is the messages, and one is the notifications. And the notifications, when you click that, you can go back through, and I have to do this a lot. If I do a see all, sometimes if it's a busy day, I have to go back down and look at quite a few of them to just see what they are and do I need to comment back on them.
Right.
So what I do is I take my sheet that you taught us to use, Len, just our sheet for the month for communicating for our prospects. I kind of glance at the names on that, and then I go back through and I look for anybody who has commented on anything.
Yeah. And like you, I get, at this point in time, my notification button typically says 99 plus. The counter stops at 99.
Okay.
And it'll hit 99 plus 2 or 3 times a day. So it's important to go down through all your notifications, look for people that commented and things like that. Okay, am I religiously perfect at it? No. Do I miss some people sometimes? Sure.
Yeah.
Do I try to do it at least a couple of times a day? Yes. Um, the other important thing is to look at your messages. Voila.
Yep. And I'm pretty good about making sure that I look at my messages.
And I do,
Just because.
sorry I interrupted, but I do the same thing. I would click see all. And then the reason for that is if you see a message you want to take a look at, you can right click it too. And your messages will stay open there and you can just go down through them and see what you got.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, and I just go back to, so I look at my messages.
Right.
And then I look at my notifications.
Right.
And that's pretty much what I do. Now, do you want me to stop the screen share so you can finish us up with the friend requests?
You want me to finish up with friend requests? We can do that.
Okay, I'll stop the screen share. There I go.
Okay. Am I screen sharing now?
Yes, you are.
Okay. Let me just get to, so here's the deal with friend requests. You're going to see that I have a bunch of friend requests, and I haven't responded to all of them, any of them. So let me, or to a bunch of them. So let me just start. Vicki Hunter. Let me just take a few of these. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to right click and open the link in a new tab, and I'm going to go look at who's Vicki Hunter. Now I happen to know who Vicki Hunter is already, so this is a no-brainer. But I actually had saved some of these for tonight. So with her, I'm just going to go ahead and accept the friend request. She's just somebody I know pretty well. She's in one of our groups for the. What am I trying to say?
The syndication groups.
Thank you. The syndication group. She's in the syndication group. Now, the other thing that I will frequently do here, though, is let me just show you this. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and confirm the friend request. Now, and the reason I'm confirming the friend request, and just ignore what I'm doing right now. I'm looking for a Word file. The reason I confirm the friend request is because I know her well. She's in the SHC syndication group. But what I'm also going to do, I'm also going to grab a pre-written message that I have. Hey, Vicki. We'll send her a message. I suspect she's already on my email list, but I don't know that. We obviously have never communicated. There's no messages here. I'm going to send her a message back that says, hey, Vicki. Okay, and I'm just putting an offer out. I just accepted the friend request. It's great to connect. Thank you. What is your email address so I can send you a free ebook and add you to my newsletter, Len? So I'd like to see if I can get Vicki onto my email list, because one of the things we want to do is build our email list, okay? Now, I accepted the friend request from Vicki. Once again, I'm going to emphasize that. I accepted it because I actually know pretty well who she is. Next friend request, John Raleigh. I don't know who that is. Okay. John is probably somebody that I followed. Former clinical consultant at Benziger, DuPont and Associates, worked at U.S. Marine Corps. I don't know who he is. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to follow him. I'm not going to confirm the friend request yet. I'm going to follow him. And I'm going to take another one of my pre-written messages.
Okay, hold on. Junie says that she's not seeing your screen share. Junie, see if you can refresh, honey, at the the top hand side where there's like an arrow. Try refreshing your screen to see if you can see it. Only see Len's avatar now. Same problem as before, no screen share. Okay. When you screen share, did you screen share the Google Hangout screen, Len?
I did.
Okay, because the first time I didn't do that, and the second time I did. Oh, that's weird. Okay. You might have to come back out.
Can you see my screen share?
I can.
All right.
It just happened.
I'm going to drop. What's that?
Craig said it just happened. Marta said she just sees your picture. All we see is Len's picture. That's what Larry says. Okay.
I just came off the screen share again.
Weird. Craig had a question.
You know, here's an interesting one. That was another one where I right-clicked and went to another window. Interesting. Okay, what's your question, Laura?
Okay. I wanted to go back to Craig's question. Yeah, it's just top of the hour. Craig had a question. He says, what does it actually mean when somebody follows someone? They then could show up in your news feed, correct?
Right. You're going to see, depending on what level, when you click the follow button, you have an option of clicking on see first or see normal. And what's going to happen is that you're going to see their posts in your news feed. Now, if you click on see first, that changes the priority. For example, I have Laura selected as see first, so that anything she does shows up on my news feed. On the other hand, if it's just see normal, then you're leaving it at Facebook's discretion. You're into the Facebook algorithm as to what you see, and Facebook's going to decide what you see. However, what I have observed is when you follow somebody, when you first follow them, you will see their posts all the time initially. And this is how Facebook calibrates its algorithm, I'm going to assume. Okay, I am now assuming, I'm not giving you something I know from direct knowledge. Facebook, when you follow somebody, Facebook shows you their posts, and then if you comment on their posts and etc., then that increases the likelihood that you're going to see further posts from them. That sends Facebook a message that you want to see posts from this person. If you don't comment or like them or do anything with them, then they're going to gradually drop lower and lower in priority, and you won't see so much of their stuff. So that's how one of the ways Facebook uses apparently to calibrate its routine for what it shows you.
And I know there's a cap on how many people you can see first.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Yeah. Okay.
So let me go back. Let me do the screen share once more. And I know we're past the top of the hour. I'm sharing my entire screen. Is it
okay?
Okay, and there's the share, and then present to everyone. There it is. So everybody should see my screen now. And can you see the screen?
I can see it. If somebody can post, if they can see it, it would be appreciated.
Okay. Meanwhile, I want to take you back to this John Raleigh guy. And what I'm thinking, let's do a little experiment here in a moment. This is the message that I sent back to John. I remember when I looked at John's page, he was in my friend requests. When I looked at his page, I hadn't followed him. I hadn't friended him. We hadn't really had any communication. I don't know anything about this guy. So I didn't accept the friend request. I followed him.
They can see you now, they said.
I'm sending a message back that says, hey, John, thanks for the friend request. I truly appreciate it. It is great to connect with you. As a way to connect further, I also have a newsletter and would love to shoot you over a copy along with my latest ebook, The 21st Century Guide to Social Media Marketing. Just give me a good email address and they will be on the way to you. So I want to see if I can engage this guy and get him onto my email list. And once we take that step, then we'll decide whether or not they'll accept the friend request. But at that point, if he comes back with an email address and says, yeah, please add me to your list, then I'm going to probably just go ahead and accept the friend request at that point. And
Okay. Hey, when you change your page, Larry says when Len changes the page, your screen freezes and they can't see you now.
interesting. I didn't change my page. Well, yes, I did. I pulled the slider, didn't I? What about now? Am I back?
Let's see I can see you.
Interesting.
Can you guys see him now? I'm just waiting for somebody. Nope. Still can't see you.
Okay. Well, I'm off. I came off the screen share and I'm back.
Okay.
Well, there's two things going on here. One is that we know this works because we've been doing it for weeks, and two is it may be broke. Google Hangouts rolled out a huge update last week, and it impacts the interface with webinars on air. And so we had some glitches at lunchtime today too. There may be some glitches in the system that are still being worked out. I don't know. I can't answer what's happened. It is already 5 after 6, and so let's call it a night anyhow, and we'll pick up next week where we left off. Maybe by next week some of these issues will resolve themselves. I don't know. So best I can do. Be interesting to see what shows up on the replay, because the replay is up. I'll put where have we been putting the replay? I'll put it up in Len's Asante group. I'll put the replay link up in Len's Asante group, and it'll be interesting to see what shows up there. So yes, yeah. You mean, Marta, by looking at the replay? Is that what you mean, Marta? The answer is yes. There is a replay. I will put the link in Len's Asante group. Cynthia says she sees a picture of me, and now she says I'm back.
Yeah.
It's good to be back. It's good to be back. Yes, Marta. Okay. Yeah. I'll you know what? You're not in.
Oh, you just froze up.
I froze up.
Yep.
Strange.
Yeah.
This may be part of the new. I mean, they just may be working out. I don't know. I'm hoping they're working out the bugs in the new Google Hangouts.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, they rolled out a major upgrade, downgrade, side grade. I don't know what to call it.
Yeah.
So far, it's not much of an upgrade. We'll see. So, hey, that's all for tonight, folks. I hope you got value. Thank you, Laura. Thank you for being on and sharing and being part of it. Craig, Cynthia, Marta, Lawrence, Judy, thank you all for showing up tonight. Much appreciated. Now, this time I actually do know what I'm talking about. Thursday night at 5 o'clock is the Craigslist webinar by Linda Bomba. And I will advertise that. I will put links up Thursday night at 5 o'clock. We also have Toxic Talk at 6 o'clock. I already told Linda that we can't stay for the whole webinar if it runs more than 45 minutes. She knows that those of us, like, I'm going to jump on. I want to see what she has to say, but I've got to drop off at 1:45 to get over onto the Toxic Talk webinar. But it is going to be recorded and et cetera. So again, Thursday night, 5 o'clock is the Linda Bomba Craigslist webinar. So other than that, I'm coming and going, Cynthia says. I'm coming and going. I don't know what to do, Cynthia. I'm just going to hang up. I'm going to hang up. It's the only solution I know of right now. If we weren't past the top of the hour, we could kill the webinar and try to restart it, but it's not worth doing. So thank you, everybody, for coming. Yes, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Thanks, Laura.
Okay.
I'm going to stop the broadcast. Here we go. Here we go. Good night, everybody.
Thanks, guys. Good night.